Guys, what's good? It's your boy Phil, and we have a brand new redraw chapter of One Punch Man. Finally, they redrew Saitama versus Orochi. I think this is one that we all knew was going to happen at some point. Yes, we did get it, and a lot of things changed. This is probably the biggest redraw chapter we've had. It's up there with the Phoenix Man Child Emperor fight for sure. This is a huge redraw. There's parts I like, there's parts I don't like. I know there's a mixed reaction to how this redraw went, but it changes a lot of things. It changes a lot of things. And unfortunately, maybe unfortunately, you decide, I think we're in for some more redraws even past this chapter now. This, for me, before this redraw, this was kind of the point where I thought redraws might settle down and they might stop, take a halt, but it's looking like after this chapter, we're due for some more redraws, for sure. There's a lot of parts that are going to get redrawn and stuff, which I'm cool with. Obviously, it's been a while since back in the day when we had the massive redraw season where everything was getting redrawn. But now, are we going back to that? I don't think so. I think we're pretty good with the current arc we're on, the current part of One Punch Man we're on. Maybe we get a redraw here and there. We alternate new chapters and redraws. Who knows? But we got to talk about this redraw because there's some things that happen. There's some things I like. There's some things I don't like. So without further ado, let's do this shit. Let me start with what I do like, because I think I find myself on the side that kind of likes this version more. A little bit. I don't know. I still miss, like, you know, all the OP cool action panels we were getting in the last confrontation, but I kind of like this version more, mainly because of the added lore and story and significance about Orochi and all that shit that we just got in this redraw. Now, back in the day, in the original canon, I guess, in the original timeline of the manga, when Garo fell down into that shrine area, that fucking sacrifice area, I knew that shit was going to be significant. I knew it was. I didn't know when we were going to see that again, if we were ever going to see it again, but I knew that shit was significant. And now that we got this in the redraw and we got some added information and significance and lore about that shrine, I'm very happy. And I enjoy that a lot. It ties right into Orochi's story. Who the fuck is Orochi? He didn't even have a story before this chapter, kind of, right? Who was this guy? So that's one reason I really like this redraw. Now, let's talk about the actual shrine. At the end of the chapter, obviously, when Orochi got fucking squirt gunned from my boy Saitama, he got his ass wrecked, which, by the way, that Gaia cannon shit, that was cool. Sucking the energy out of the earth and shit. You had volcanoes erupting and a bunch of earthquakes and shit. That was pretty cool. Unfortunately, my boy Saitama just fucking shot a squirt gun at his ass. So that was bad for Orochi. But Orochi's sitting there, everything's caving in on him, and the full mural of the shrine unveils itself, and the god entity is there. The same one, I'm pretty sure we're all in the same boat here. The same one that probably encountered Homeless Emperor, the same one that obviously Blast and Saitama and them encounter later on, which is gonna, the timeline is, oh, it's so weird. Someone has to make a video on the timeline. I don't want to do it. I'll happily watch it. I don't want to make the video. Someone else do it, please. But yeah, the mural has gotten there. It was uncovered by the rubble. And it's weird. It's weird how it's placed. It's right over Orochi, and it's weird. I don't know. I don't understand. But there's some crazy shit going on here, man. There's some crazy shit. And I think the god entity, he obviously he's going to show up later, trust me on that, but he has some role to play in the spawning or creation of these monsters, right? That's where I'm going with this. That's what I think is happening, so I don't know. I feel like that's just written in plain sight here. You have Orochi, who's dropping, like, these are the monster cells, I'm pretty sure. He's dropping the monster cells on the humans, and then above Orochi, you have God. That must mean that he's connected somehow, right? And I do like in Orochi's backstory, we actually get his flashback, which I thought was really cool. I do like how Orochi's kind of going behind Gyoro's back. He's doing his own thing. He's digging tunnels and shit. And then he finds the shrine. And then he's like, holy shit, I'm on this mural. I must be a god. That's what he thinks. I thought that was really cool. We finally, like, we have Orochi as a character now. He was hardly a character before, but now this guy's a character. And it's going to be really cool later on in the manga, which is probably going to get altered a little bit. The Tatsumaki, you know, base flip thing. Tatsumaki versus Psychos and Orochi. That's probably going to get touched a little bit. I hope not too much, but I think it's going to get touched a little bit. But it's going to be really cool seeing Psychos and Orochi's relationship later on. If that still happens, I hope it still happens. It should still happen, but that's going to be really cool to see later on. I love that we get more dialogue from Orochi. I think that's sick. That's cool as shit. And that's it. That's kind of all I like. I really do like this version. I was kind of apprehensive after my first read of this redraw. I was kind of, you know, I was like, okay, I don't really like this. But then I started to think about it more, and I do actually like this redraw quite a bit. Now, what I don't like about it. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about what I don't like. This is going to cause more redraws. It is. Facts. I think we still have a backlog of redraws to get to, but this is going to cause more redraws. And even when we always knew Orochi and Saitama was going to get redrawn. I think I made a video about it way back in the day. But we always knew this was going to get redrawn. And, you know, this is kind of one of the fights that I didn't want to get touched that much. And they ended up touching it a lot. It's because of those epic moments where you see Orochi compress. He's doing all these cool things. Sends Saitama through the fucking subway, bro. That was cool shit. And I think we're gonna get more of that cool shit later on. Maybe we have another Orochi fight before he transforms with Psychos. Maybe that's something that happens. I doubt it, but who knows? Maybe we see more of Orochi later on because he has become like an actual character now. He's not just a boss you fight in the middle of the dungeon. No, this guy's got a backstory. He's got a flashback. He's got lore. He's got reasons to do a bunch of shit. So I think we're gonna be seeing more of Orochi for sure. If I had to predict, I think Orochi merges with Psychos pretty soon. I don't know how they're gonna do the Orochi slime bit now because I don't think he's like manifested into a slime. I don't think that's happened. So I don't quite know how he's gonna fuse with Psychos, but that's still gonna happen. It's still gonna happen for sure. And I think it's gonna happen next. If I had to guess, I do miss, you know, the little bit of fight that Orochi was putting up against Saitama. In this version, he kind of just gets bodied by a fucking squirt gun, which is cool. That's cool if you're into that. But I guess it technically like makes him stronger too. I don't know, but that's the bit. I love when he unsheathed his mask too. That was cool. I love his new face. I think it's great. I think it's adorable. I think it's cute. But I do like this redraw. I really do. This is the biggest redraw that we've gotten so far. The most game-changing one for sure. And I mean, we got a new character. I can't stress that enough. We just got a new character into the mix. And a character that I'm kind of excited to see more of. I hope they just don't throw away Orochi. I really do. I hope that he has some significance in the story ahead in the future. But really, my mind is just boggled about how this is going to affect the more all the other redraws we're bound to get, because we're bound to get some more. So with that, we'll see what happens. Wow, what a redraw, man. This was good. Guys, that's the video. Let me know down below. What did you think about this redraw? Where do you stand? Do you hate it? Do you miss all the hype moments? The fucking tunnel punch? All the crazy shit that was going down in the original Orochi versus Saitama fight? Or are you cool with this redraw? Do you like the lore, the story, the flashback, everything that was added with Orochi? Do let me know. But guys, as always, I think I'm gonna be talking about this chapter again. Expect another video pretty soon, because this was crazy. This was a game changer, man. Maybe I do make the fucking timeline video. I don't know. We'll see. Guys, as always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.